I'm thrilled now to introduce my colleague in the House of Representatives, who opened her arms so wide when I was first sworn in a little less than 2 years ago. She's a brilliant member of the Energy and Commerce Committee, got some of the strongest legislation into the healthcare reform, fought the chairman of the Energy and Commerce Committee to keep that language in the bill. Took on the President of the United States last week in our retreat to make sure that the interests of our communities and the interests of biotechnology and the interests of our future are protected as it relates to healthcare reform. I'm honored to serve with her. She is one of the best friends that I could ever imagine having. She's saying, cut it! All right.
Hi, Don. How are you? First of all, I want to start out by saying thank you. I think they're two of the most important words in any language, besides I love you. So thank you. I love all of you for not only being here, but for supporting Rich Gordon. This is extraordinary. On a rainy Saturday morning, that all the patriots come out. So this is really a privilege. You said thank you for bringing your children so that they can witness and take into their adult lives what is needed to constantly build up our democracy. There's so many things I want to say, but this is all about Rich. We know who he is, we know what he is, we know the character of this person. First of all, Rich is a person of great faith. And regardless of what faith background we come from, there are basic tenets that every faith carries. That we are all God's children. That we have a responsibility for one another. That we are part of one another. And that we have a responsibility to carry that forward in everything we do. And Rich has been faithful to those tenets. All one has to do is to take a look at his life. He has a degree in theology. Now, imagine taking that to the state legislature. And what that means. Really, and what that means. That he will not waver. He will not waver on all of the basic tenets that we are so desperate for. He has the experience. He has the experience that we want and we need and that we all respect, whether they are independents, Republicans, or Democrats, because he took time in his life to build an organization that would rebuild the lives of young people in our community. Is there anything more noble than that? To help them get back on a track that would be not only worthy of them, but understanding that we want young people to be given more than one chance. Everyone here has been given more than one chance in life. And that they will grow into solid citizens, understanding what was given to them, and that they will give back. On the Board of Education, he knows it backward and forward. This is not something where it's campaign speak, and then when they get there, it's like, what happened? What happened with these votes? And where's the leadership? We need Rich to help make California golden again. Now, as I look out, there's so many elected officials here, which is such an eloquent statement about Rich. It's not easy to get other elected officials to stand next to you. You know, they waver, they want to get involved in the primary. I understand that. No, it's the nature of the business. But Rich has brought out really the best in everyone. This cannot be a case of political malpractice like Massachusetts was. We cannot for a moment, we don't take our family for granted, we don't take our friends for granted, and we don't take the voters for granted. That is a lesson that the nation should not have had to learn. But we've seen it, and we know what the implications are. Jackie and I are struggling now in the aftermath of that to be sure that every American has health care. Every American. That's what we believe in. And our work always has to have the partnership of the strongest, the best in integrity, in understanding, in experience, leaders here at home, as we're 3,000 miles away during the week. And by the way, we come home every week, so if you see the circles under the eyes, you understand what it's about. So no one should leave here today. The first thing I did when I walked in was I asked for the petition in lieu to sign, because that is a very powerful message to the other campaigns. But really what it says is, we the people are for Rich Gordon. It is not only helps defray the cost, as you know, of the filing fee, but it's far more powerful than that. It says that people from across the entire assembly district, black, white, tall, short, gay, straight, young, older, old, whatever it is, men, women, whatever it is, whatever the background, that we, the people of this assembly district, want to perfect the union of this country. And I don't think there's ever been a time in my life, and I'm 67, where there is such a crying, desperate need and a hunger on the part of people to put into office really the best, that we are willing to place ourselves in the hands of this man. We will be safe there, we will be secure there, and we will always be proud, because everything that he does is based in going back to this magnificent faith that he has, that he sees godliness in each human being. He sees dignity in each human being. And those principles will spur him to be really a great and inspiring leader in the California State Legislature. How proud I am to know him, how proud I am to represent an area that has such a cross-section of people of such great conscience. And so it is with that that I say, Rich, I love you. Thank you for running. Thank you for running.